today for another video recipe. What we are going to prepare today is a typical Italian summer dish. It's normally made with veal, but here in the States it's really hard to find and very expensive. Not that it's any cheaper in Italy. And I don't like it too much. I find it, yes, super tender, but rather tasteless. So I used pork loin, and it's going to be covered with a tuna capers sauce. So what you need is some pork loin cooked either in milk with some herbs or in chicken broth or meat broth or vegetable broth, and then cool down in the cooking liquid at room temperature. Then you slice it as thin as you can. With a slicer it would be better, so not having a slicer here, I did the best that I could. Then you need a 5-6 ounce can of really good tuna in olive oil, about a tablespoon of Sicilian capers packed in oil and rinsed, and about a tablespoon of anchovy paste. You can use anchovy fillets if you want, but they tend to be a little bit more sandy and some people don't like it. And then you need mayonnaise. You can either buy it or make your own, that's up to you. So just give me 1 second that I clear the table and I'll be right with you. First thing we're gonna do, we will kind of roughly chop the capers, even just cut them in half, because that's gonna help your blender to kind of get all of them. So that, then we will crumble our tuna for the exact same reason, and then we will add the anchovy paste, and the mayonnaise. Now we will start with a little bit of mayonnaise, well, a little, I would say at least a half of this, because that's what we will need to start blending, and then we will see if we need more as the time goes. So I always use an immersion blender because I love it. I find it really practical. And so now while we are blending, you won't hear much, so I'll see you when we're done blending. And we're done blending, so we clean our blender. It's really a super quick thing because, I mean, it doesn't take much to blend tuna. So I'm gonna clean it, and then we'll add a little bit more mayonnaise. Mix it. It has to be a nice, quite smooth cream. So I'm gonna get our dish, and we will arrange the slices, slightly overlapping them, so that it's gonna be rather easy to spread the cream. And as we said, without a slicer it's not really easy to slice the meat you need, but we do what we can. So now we're going to pour the cream on top of our meat, just hoping that our cats won't decide to jump on the table and taste some of this themselves, which would make me really, really mad. Because you cannot see them, but they are really staring at me. So if you see them jumping up, you know why. And now off to the refrigerator, basically, for at least a couple hours, so it's going to be cold, and really the flavor will have the time to sink in. Remember to cover it with a plastic wrap, and then you can just put it in the middle of appetizer or just as an entree with a nice mixed salad. It's perfect for summertime. I wouldn't suggest it for a picnic unless you have a refrigerated container because of the mayonnaise. So I hope you will give this a try, and I'm sure you will not be disappointed. The only really important thing is that since this is a dish with very little ingredients, only use high quality ones. Try to keep the meat not too salty, because between capers, tuna, and anchovies, the sauce tends to be really savory. So if you have any leftover tuna sauce, you can spread it on top of toasted bread or even use it as a dip for vegetables. So, a presto e buon appetito!